Ajahn, the subject was either phassa or judging others.
Arising with ignorance now about the truth of what is there. Just keep on thinking, judging, and so on. No understanding of what is there at all. And can anyone just keep on thinking about that, or it's gone? Does anyone would like to understand it? The moment when it's there and gone? Or just keep on thinking about this and that all the time? Is it now thinking about judging again? Why not? Nothing is permanent, depending on conditions only. Would you like to judge again and again? There are many things to be known rather than thinking about the past and the future. What is there now? Is it still thinking of judging? What is there now is so closer than thinking about people and things. Even someone is so close, but it's not as close as seeing right now. Can anyone just judge seeing instead of people and things? It's only a moment and then gone, no matter what. Whatever arises is unexpectedly. Is that true? But the absolute truth is that it cannot be permanent at all. So is it wasting time thinking about judging? And it's gone already. No understanding of the impermanence of whatever arises. Can it be known? What is not appearing is gone instantly, without understanding what is what at all. So begin to develop the understanding of what is there in order to understand the truth of life. Is there phassa right now? Can anyone realize the truth of phassa? Even it's there, it's not known at all. The citta, the experiencing of what is that now experienced, not known at all. The reality which experience an object right now is not known. So how can that which condition seeing right now as phassa be known? And at moment of thinking about experiencing phassa, is that no desire, attachment, Can anything now appears as it is because of wishing to experience it? And the truth of that moment is attachment, just want to know. So it's there all the time. Lopa, just wanting this or that or that or this. And there cannot be understanding as long as desire or attachment is there, hindered instantly. Without ignorance, there cannot be attachment. Anytime wishing, wanting, ignorance is there. Even one gets something that one likes to have, that moment is not understanding of the truth. So at moment of wanting to understand this and that, can it be moment of understanding? And who knows, ignorance is there as well. Everyone just do not want to have ignorance, but there is still ignorance when there is no understanding of the truth of what is there as it is. In order to let go ignorance and attachment, there must be understanding of it Otherwise, it's there. If there's no desire to understand this or that in particular, what about that which is now sees is just a reality so real which can experience what is there, which is seen? Remember the words that Buddha said, all realities are Dhamma, the one. If there is no understanding of the reality which experiences what is seen now, there cannot be that which is now seen and clearly. And as long as seeing is not known, as it is just a reality conditioned to arise just to see and then gone, there must be the idea about it all the time. So what is the nature of seeing? What is the nature of thinking? What is the nature of life? No selection to understand this or that, but understanding that there must be a moment of experiencing an object. And whatever arises or is there, there must be conditions for its arising. So, what is moment of judging? Is the I who judges, or is someone who is judged? That moment is gone unknowingly, but still the idea of I and that person. So learn to understand the nature which arises and experience little by little. Otherwise, nothing can erase or get rid of the idea of self. So instead of thinking about Passa, it cannot be known at all as long as there is no understanding of the reality which arises and experiences an object. Different nature. Understanding that Passa is a condition for seeing to arise, but no intention to understand it directly. Can there be moment of experiencing Passa directly? This is the question. There's Passa right now for sure, from learning about the truth of the nature of seeing, that must be Passa. But can Passa itself be known directly as not anyone or anything? So can it or cannot?
Passa cannot directly understood.
Really?
Yes, it could be understood directly.
So depend on conditions. That is the firm understanding of conditions. So no wish, no desire to directly experience it, because all depends on conditions. And this is the very subtle conditions for everything. Has to be unexpectedly. Can breath be the object of understanding directly? So without Passa, there cannot be moment of experiencing breath at all. That's why all moments of experiencing it needs Passa to contact whatever is there, little by little known. But instead of pinpointed now, Passa is known or what is known, it has to be the understanding of the nature of reality which experiences an object. Otherwise, it would be just idea about everything. That's why Nama, Rupa, has to be known. As Nama is Nama, the reality which experiences no matter what, with attachment, aversion, or feeling pleasant or unpleasant. Just learn to let go desire or attachment to this end. By being aware of just one reality at a time as it experiences or it cannot experience. And these are the words about it. But when it's there, no word, because it's moment of directly experiencing it. There is touching right now. There is seeing right now. there is thinking right now. At the moment when it's there can be a moment of beginning to understand the nature of that which experiences the object. But it's not directly known for a long, long time in samsara. So it takes quite a long, long time to develop the understanding of the nature of that, which has no shape, no form at all, but only moment of experiencing an object. Then the object is there. Usually in the day or in life, there are moments of thinking that which is the object of experiencing. Like hardness, it's hard, it appears as hardness, but what about that which experiences that hardness? And now, right understanding is gradually developing to understand the nature which experiences little by little, unknowingly. At moment of attending to the characteristic which is hard, no word, but it's moment of beginning to understand the difference between that which experiences hardness and hardness, one by one. So natural and so very gradual that it cannot be known how much it develops. And right understanding is so true to the object at the very moment, whether it is the beginning to understand the characteristic which experiences or that which cannot experience. The understanding of the difference between directly aware and understand the object is not just learning about the truth intellectually, but without have firmer understanding or confidence of the truth, there cannot be moment of beginning to understand that which experience and that which cannot experience in a moment. For example, seeing right now, is there many, many moments unknown, but when there are conditions for a moment of considering the truth, it is moment of just begin to attain to that characteristic with intellectual understanding, little by little. And that is moment of yoniso manasikara, right manasikara. Manasikara is there as phassa is there, but it cannot be directly known in the beginning. So what is known in the beginning? Understand. Anything which appears as that is the reality which experiencing an object, no matter its attachment or aversion, or pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling. No wish, no desire to have it arise, but it's conditioned just in that very moment to be a moment of beginning to understand little by little of that which is there as it's that which has to be known as it is, otherwise it can be taken for self again. It's the beginning of attending to that object which is not attended at all before. There cannot be a moment of very sharp understanding to let go that reality as not self. It has to begin in life, no matter what is there, to be known as it's there, a reality. But the nature of it is not clear yet. So now, what is there? Beginning to pay attention or not yet? Only right understanding know exactly what that moment is. Even in a day, no matter what time, very exciting, very pleasant, all depends on it is there known as just a reality in the beginning. If in a day there's no moment of even just think about it, how can it be known? So how much confidence of the truth that only that which is known by thinking in the beginning, that it can condition what has heard before, apply to that moment as just unreality in the beginning, only unreality. And by then, it begins to develop the understanding of that which experiences little by little. So how much patience is there to begin to develop the understanding of it there as just a reality. Otherwise, the intellectual understanding is not strong enough to condition even just a moment of not forgetting what we have heard about that which is now appearing. Is it the only way to develop right understanding, which now is not known yet? Even the right path is not known because it's so very subtle. When it begins little by little, developing little by little, unexpectedly. But Panya begins to understand that how much ignorance is accumulated from life to life, years and years. Even just beginning to attend to the characteristic which is that as it is, as to begin so very little in the beginning. But right understanding is so firm that it knows that no other way at all to understand what is there now as it is. And that's the parami, to understand little by little of what we have heard is there, when it's there. So Panya understands it, not anyone at all. So it's the beginning to understand what is what, Panya or ignorance and attachment. Be true to this moment as it is, Sattva Parami. And can it be by will? See, ignorance again and again and again. Then Panya is not strong enough. Is there Viriya now? Is there Passa now? Is there Adhikara now? All are there, not known as it is. So can it be known?
Yes, when understanding is strong enough.
That's it. Only way. So there can be the understanding of how much ignorance and akusala are accumulated from life to life. Even right now, it's there. Without parami, it's impossible to realize the truth of this moment. The truth is hidden by ignorance and attachment, on and on and on. So viriya and all kinds of parami have to develop on and on and on, until it can understanding what is there as it is, stage by stage. And the strong confidence, so the confidence is the basic or foundation for Panya to understand better and clearer.
Can you elaborate on that point?
Yeah, and it needs all parami, patience, viriya, sattva, adhidana, nekama, to develop until there can be a little more understanding directly the truth right now as it is. No one. Does it take quite a long, long time to realize the truth? Does seeing in all realities now appear well? Because it has to be well appearing, because of Panya understanding is truth. And what is the meaning of what is there appears well? As just that which experiencing an object at that very moment, no one there at all. That's why it appears well, just one characteristic of a reality at a time. And why doesn't it appear well? As long as it doesn't appear as only one reality, it doesn't appear well. That's why when there is the understanding of one reality, there can be moment of being aware of that reality as only just one reality. So now, realities do not appear as just one reality yet. That's why it cannot appear well. And can it appear well without understanding? Without understanding, there cannot be anything appear well at all, because it appears in ignorance. So how can it appear well as it is? So right understanding of that reality has to be there in order to know that it is only one reality, which is that reality. So does it appear well now? And when will it appear well?
So when there is the understanding developed to directly experience that reality one at a time, Ajahn.
So it appears well at moment of satipatthana. And it doesn't appear well so clear because it's only the beginning of understanding the different moment between the pariyatti and patipatti. So Panya understands the difference between the pariyatti and patipatti and pativedana. And that is yoniso manasikara, which consider. But is manasikara the Panya, right understanding?
No, it's another reality.
The beginning to understand one by one reality, that they cannot be the same. Is Satipatthana very natural in the moment when it's there? No time to change, right? That is the right understanding, firmer, little by little. No one is developing right understanding, but right understanding develops by itself, little by little. That's why firmer sense of the truth develop on and on and on and on. The truth is always no one there at all, only different realities arising unexpectedly by conditions. Even now or any time. More confidence of the truth, no one, no thing, all are different realities arising and falling away, never to return at all. Letting go the idea of things and people and I, little by little. Naturally, so naturally it is not known at all how it works. Realities arising and falling all the time.